Hey, take a look at this desk over here. Would you call this desk clean, organized, or messy? What about the dressing table? It is a dressing table, right? Let's call it a dressing table. Also, I know the drawers are a bit cluttered. However, I'm gonna take things out, or anyone would just take things out, use it, put it back. It's going to stay closed most of the time. About the books on the bed top and some other things, mostly they are just books. So how about it? Would you call all of this clean, organized, or would you say, what a mess? Now the thing is, I have been living in this room for what, 1 or 2 years maybe? During this whole time, I never thought my room was messy. I actually even thought this room was pretty organized. Because organizing for me was just putting things back into their specific space or places, right? For example, let's say I have a cable, I need to put that cable back on the desk because that's where it belongs, but not just anywhere on the desk. It needs to be in that specific place on the desk. Like it has a designated space on the desk itself. The same went for every other particular item. All of them had a designated space. And I would just align and arrange them back to their own spaces in such a way that it all looks neat and tidy for me. The same went for the dressing table, the bed top, everything in the room. And sure, everything was out there in the open, you could just see it, but from my perspective, it was pretty organized. Also because of this big window over here, I mean, I wouldn't even call it a window, it's basically a doorway to the balcony. It allows a lot of dust to come in throughout the whole day, which would mean I would have to clean my room every single day, or if I'm being lazy, every other day. But while I'm cleaning, I would also organize my room, so I always took pride in saying that I clean and organize my room every single day, just because I'm trying to get rid of little dust. Wait, this is not little, jhadu kar hai. Now you might be wondering that Ishank, if from your perspective your room was organized and you were also pretty happy with it, then what exactly changed? Well, to understand that, we have to first understand what the exact issue was. Oh, sorry. The issue is really simple. One thing about me is that I'm lazy, but for whatever reason, I really can't relax in a messy room. So I had to put in effort and work into cleaning and organizing everything to create that comfort environment. Don't ask me why I'm like this, but just I am like this, right? So I was putting in so much effort, but the issue again was that I wasn't getting much comfort out of it. That comfort environment wasn't long lasting. For example, let's say I would sit down on my chair to use my desk and use my laptop on my desk, and I want to charge my earphones at the same time for whatever reason. The desk would all of a sudden look cluttered, messy. Not just the desk. For example, let's say I went to the dressing table to use moisturizer, perfume, hair oil, whatever. The dressing table would look like a mess. I open the drawer, take out the hairdryer, put it back. After using it, the drawers would look like a mess. Wait, who am I even kidding? The drawers were already a mess, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like I had to reorganize everything, re-clean everything after just doing the daily tasks that anyone would do. So one day when I had enough, I decided, you know what, I'm at my limit. I really need to put in the work. I really need to change my environment. I made a different decision. Instead of putting in the work to actually start organizing and reorganizing, I hopped onto Amazon. Because making any changes to your comfort zone is really challenging. So I thought I could find some products on Amazon that could make this change a little easier. Sure, some items were really expensive, some were cheap, and there were also some items that I really didn't need that much. However, any item that I ended up purchasing, ka-ching, ka-ching, sorry, I couldn't find sound effects. So these few items that I bought ended up making a good change into my room. Let me show you what I mean. Alright then, first thing, let's get rid of the previous setup. Oh, also, I used wall mounting stickers to actually mount the extension onto the wall to make it look a lot more cleaner and become a lot more functional in compared to how it was sitting on the desk. Now moving on to the items, the first thing that I bought was this plastic box for around 500 rupees. And I really don't know what I was thinking, but a plastic box for 500 rupees? Well, let's forget it. But now that it is here, we are going to make the most of it. So I'm going to put all of these items in it. Also, this plastic box is a wire organizer which lets me divide the wire depending on their use cases. Oh, and also I bought this cool item on Amazon for only 150 rupees. For that price, this has a lot more functionality than the plastic box. Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining now. I mean, it is still pretty usable. It lets me store adapters and cables while properly dividing them. Like one compartment can be for cables for earphone, one compartment can be cable for smartwatches, and so on. All while removing the clutter and being on my desk where it is easy to access. So if we don't think about the price for a second, it is a pretty good item. Moving on, the next item that I bought is this for around 300 rupees. It is basically a travel pouch for your electronics. It has 2 compartments and each compartment has many pockets inside. As for the quality, it's not the best. I mean, the zipper do get stuck in between, but for the price that I paid, it is a decent enough quality for me to not complain. So these are the items that I ended up putting inside the pouch, which includes power bank, charging cable, my mic, audio cable, earphones, and some other things that I would be needing for video recording. So if in future I do go outside to make videos, I could just grab the pouch and I'm all set. But for now, it is going to just sit on my desk looking all pretty. Okay, so after putting the tissue paper box back to where it was earlier, it leaves enough space between the pouch and the box to put my glasses case in between. I'm genius. Now the astronaut goes on the table to look cute, and I think a lot of you already know what the astronaut can do. The next item that I bought is this table clock for around 300 rupees. It does whatever a table clock is supposed to do and tells temperature. Not the best quality, but you know, it works. Now here goes my plant, which is fake but gives life to the table, and my Rubik's Cube, which you guys know I can solve easily. Solve easily. Next item on our list is this mobile stand that I got for around 250 rupees, and just listen to this. Do I need to say more? As soon as I saw this in the reviews, I was like, I'm sold, give it to me. Also, I know I didn't need it, but I just bought it. Okay, after putting back my live sound card, which I use for video recordings or song cover recording, we have our next item on the list that I bought, which is this. Well, I bought this item for around 500 rupees, and can you guess what it is? Well, I'll give you a clue. It is something that helps me organize my day. Yep, you guessed it, it is a daily planner. And there are 3 reasons why I spent 500 rupees on it. First reason is really simple. Well, it looks so cool. The second reason is also really simple, is that it is really satisfying to write on it, and once you're done with the task, to just cut it off. And the third reason is that it lights up. Yes, it lights up. And you might have guessed it, but I bought it because it lights up. Well, you know what, let's just place it on the desk where it belongs. The last item that we have for the desk is a pen holder. Believe it or not, I didn't have a pen holder. Oh, and it doesn't have any special features. It just holds pen. It's orange, so it matches with my mousepad. Is that a special feature? Well, anyways, now that we have organized our desk, let's move on to the dressing table. Again, first let's get rid of the previous clutter or the organizing, whatever you might want to call it. Now, the first thing that I bought for the dressing table is this plastic cosmetic organizer. I got it for around 200 rupees. It is made out of cheap plastic, however, it has 2 drawer compartments and many sections divided by thin plastic layer, which allows you to store everything out in the open. But because everything is divided properly, it just looks a lot more cleaner. Also, you can put like clips, pins, and small accessory in the drawers, which usually would be laying around on the dressing table. So while it's not a game changer, it just makes the dressing table look a lot more cleaner and just intentionally put together. Now moving on to the drawers. Alright, now while I'm getting rid of the previous clutter from the drawers, if you're enjoying the video so far, go ahead and leave a like. So the first item for the drawer is this drawer organizer, which I got for around 500 rupees. These are just some transparent plastic cups. Plastic is of good quality, but at the end of the day, you have to think about where you need to put that plastic cup inside your drawer, and whether it would fit in is a whole another question. Luckily, it did fit inside the drawer. There were some spaces left here and there. It wasn't perfect, but I was able to make do with putting items in between the organizers to actually fit everything in perfectly, like to mimic the perfectness. I would like to think that people would usually plan a lot before buying a drawer organizer. Like they would first check the size of the drawers, then size of the cups for the drawer organizer to see how many of those cups they actually need. While for me, I actually didn't do any of that. I just went on to Amazon looking for a drawer organizer, found this one within my budget, and I ended up purchasing it. It came with like 10 cups, 7 went on the drawer above this one, and the below drawer ended up only taking 3 of them. So it ended up working out perfectly fine for me, even without any planning. And I think I wouldn't have been able to do this good of a job with the planning either way. Now that the dressing table is organized, let's move on to the bed top. The first thing that I bought is this book stand, or book organizer you might want to call it, for around 290 rupees. And it is just a metal piece, but it allows you to stack books vertically. And I thought that this just looks a lot more cleaner than putting them horizontally on top of each other. Yeah, so these are all the items that I ended up buying for the room and all the small changes that I made within the room with these items. Okay, so before I tell you how I feel about this whole change that I made within the room, do let me know what you guys think of all the items that I bought. Was I too excessive, or did I make a good decision of buying all the items? Now about my room. You know, it's funny. Even before going through this whole process, I used to think that my room is organized. And it wasn't wrong, it was actually true, but for the old me. And now that I've gone through this whole process, I realized one thing, that actually earlier I wasn't really living in my room, but I was just surviving within a space. Like, I would tell myself that one day when I'll be earning more, living in a better house, or have better furniture, that's when I'll actually organize my room into the way I want it to be. Nothing wrong with that mindset, but it just kept me waiting. So yeah, I could have kept waiting for those perfect moments to one day arrive in my life to make these changes, but when I grew internally, I realized that I need the outer environment, which was my room, to grow with me, which helped make the thought of reorganizing my room not something that I had to be forced, but something like outgrowing my old clothes. Suddenly, the old version of my room just didn't fit anymore. And when I finally bought all these items and actually reorganized everything, it felt like a huge weight was off my shoulder. The room felt lighter, calmer, and just more me. I mean, even other than the emotional side of these changes, if we were to look around, there is a lot of visual changes as well. Like, there is so much less clutter on the desk, the dressing table, and even the drawers look a lot better than earlier. Also, it wasn't just about removing clutter, it was about removing noise, removing friction from day-to-day tasks. I could just sit at my desk, start creating, start recording, start scripting, and it would just feel natural. Like my environment is finally supporting my growth instead of holding me back. And of course, the most important thing is that now the room allows me to relax and be lazy. Alright, jokes aside, I want to make one thing very clear. This video wasn't about me teaching you guys how to clean and organize your room like I did. Sure, I did show you the products and the changes I made within the room, but that wasn't the real point. The real point was expression. This whole process was my way of expressing myself some respect. My way of telling myself that I deserve a room or a space where I can breathe and feel good. Your way of expressing that might just be totally different. You might feel more alive after painting, cooking, hitting the gym, making music, whatever. Your point is just as valid. You don't have to copy what I did or buy the products that I bought to feel validated. Your vibe is your own. So yeah, this video was about me organizing my room, but the purpose was self-expression, self-respect, and growth. And hey, if you're still watching this video, I really appreciate you. Also, if you're new to this channel, this is what I do here. I create, I express, I grow, I sing, and I share all of it with you guys. Well, that is it for now. If anything in this video resonated with you or you just enjoyed the vibe of it, then do leave a like and consider subscribing to watch more of me. It really helps motivate me to keep going and reminds me it's not just me growing alone, my whole community is growing with me. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.